On a glorious journey to great academic heights, you need a university that will guarantee you hopes of employment without sweltering in a pool of job hunts. I present to you Ndejje University. We are an Anglican university endowed with 3 state-of-the-art campuses in Luero Bombo, the Graduate School in Rubaga, and the Kampala campus along Balintuma Road behind Mengo Hospital. With well-coordinated learning programs ranging from day, evening, weekend, in-service and e-learning, the globally recognized university offers job market competing courses that will surely light your academic path. Our various undergraduate and graduate programs include Business Administration and Management, Engineering and Survey, Basic Sciences and Information Technology, Education, Environment and Agricultural Sciences, Arts, Health Sciences, and many more. With accreditation by the National Council of Higher Education, we now offer a diploma in clinical medicine and community health. We as well take pride in some courses sponsored by the Higher Education Students Financing Board for a loan scheme that will not get you worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
This week.
Did you know that women empowerment is defined in several ways? Did you know that parenting is twice the stress, but twice the love, the hug, and the pride? Here I am to bring you the woman of valor, where ladies are proposing that parenting is not a life full of struggles, but a journey for the stronger ones.
For those who are married, let love stay, because once it is disintegrated, the foundation is destroyed.
Catch me every Thursday at 19 hours here at Ndejje University TV with Joe and Peace.
President Museveni pledges free education for children from families affected by cattle raids in Lango sub-region. South Sudanese community in Uganda celebrate 40 years of South Sudanese People's Liberation Movement. And in sports, Uganda under-19 clinch second victory on Indian tour. This and much more in Live at 8. Welcome, my name is ANSLEM OJARU. This is Live at 8. Let's have the news in details. While giving the weekly special message, Reverend Geoffrey Mwangzi urged all Christians to use their weakness to reach the goals of their lives. Let's have more on that.
In Luke 19, we have this story of Jesus and a short man called Zacchaeus. It seems Zacchaeus was too short that his height became an issue in his life. Secondly, this short man was a tax collector, hated by the audience, by the ordinary. But what do we see? This gentleman wanted to see Christ. His height and the impression that had been created did not cause him to refuse to follow Christ. He went out seeking for Christ. There are many of us who have physical, social, and other challenges, handicaps in our life, that we think cause us to demean ourselves. We lose the esteem. We don't want to present ourselves because we think of our size, of our height, of our low education, all of these negative things. Jesus illustrates to us that is available to everybody. But I want us to look at Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus did not consider all those as hindrances for him becoming a host of Jesus. He forgets his height, he forgets his wealth, he forgets his job, and chooses to climb a tree. Praise the Lord. He chooses to go to a higher height. Are there things prohibiting you from moving on? Put them aside. Walk towards Christ. Walk towards your goal. Walk towards your mission. I encourage you, my friends, don't look at your weaknesses and hold them onto your heart. Look at your weaknesses and use them to attain the goal of your life. Use them for the glory of God. Use them that you may attain that which the Lord has prepared for you. Let me tell you, when Zacchaeus did that, he appealed to Christ, and Christ went straight into his home. His mission was to see Christ. Zacchaeus ended up, according to Luke, sitting with Christ in the same house. Praise the Lord. So your failures, your weaknesses must not hold you back. Use them as a stepping stone to greatness. Zacchaeus did it, and he hosted the Son of God in his house. And because of that, he received salvation. So whatever weakness you have, it must not be a hindrance to your success. Instead, it should be an opportunity for you to rise to the occasion. May the Lord bless you. May he bless you that your weaknesses may become opportunities of rejoicing, opportunities of success. I want to wish you a good week. I want to wish you God's protection, and I pray that you reach your destination to the glory of God. Amen.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has announced that all school-going children in Lango and Acholi sub-region from families affected by cattle rustling will be allowed to study for free in government schools until the situation normalizes. Jackie Namuli with more on that.
President Museveni was yesterday responding to calls by political and cultural leaders from Lango sub-region, whom he met at Balaleji State Lodge in Okwang sub-county, Otuke district, for the government to assist the displaced persons in their areas. The districts of Lango sub-region comprise of Lebtong, Amorata, Apak, Dokolo, Lira, Kole, Oyam, Otuke, Lira City, and Kwania. On the proliferation of the gangs in the sub-regions of Lango and Acholi that are brought in from the neighboring countries. President Museveni pointed out that the main issue is to change the mindset of those who seek the arms and make them lose appetite for guns. He cited volatile solutions in some of the neighboring countries, but people living near those countries don't bring in guns to Uganda. President Museveni, however, reiterated his firm stand to end cattle rustling in Acholi and Lango sub-regions, following the identification of the gaps that the rustlers use for continuing their raids. The president cited those gaps as slow response to the scene of crime and thereafter recommended solutions that will bridge up the gaps.
I called this meeting to discuss the new wave of the cattle rustling by the Karamojong rustlers. But it is solvable. It's not a big unsolvable problem. Now, we identified the following gaps. Gap number one is that there is no quick connection between where the problem happens with the army. So we need that linkage between the Nduru and the response. Where Uganda is now, things are much simpler. There are phones everywhere. You can access any part of Uganda with phones, mobile phones. So here in Lango and Acholi, we don't have corrals. So we shall have to set up a system per parish maybe to ring to the battalion to the division. There should be really no problem how these people could escape and go away.
President Museveni added that the quick response must be in form of planes and drones that must be dispatched immediately to the scene of crime to follow and see where the cattle rustlers have gone. He also noted that the issue of manpower is not a problem, adding that manpower can easily be mobilized from the youth who are willing to be conscripted into the force. He said the government will in the meantime also recruit 12 local defense units, LODUs, per parish in the districts bordering Karamoja, who will be trained and equipped to help the army.
The soldiers walking on foot may not follow immediately at night because of fearing ambushes. But if there are small numbers and they scatter and run away, the government has dogs. Dogs can smell wherever somebody went. You remember there were killings in Masaka after the elections. There were killings by some of our wonderful people. They thought they would destabilize the country by killing people in Masaka. 28 people were killed. All those people have been arrested. What helped us to arrest them? The dogs. The dogs can't go wrong. If they are introduced on the track within 8 or so hours, they will follow up to, they were getting some of them from under their beds. Within the deployment, there was also issue of manpower. Manpower was thought not to be enough in some cases. But that one is going to be, this was also a weakness of our people who were on the ground, because manpower cannot be a problem in Uganda. So therefore, the issue of manpower cannot be a problem, that people are dying, people are disturbed. You are disturbing people, disturbing the economy, tourism. That manpower, we've got so many young people who can be recruited. What is the problem?
President Museveni also mentioned lack of being in contact with Mwananchi as one of the gaps raiders take advantage of to steal the animals. He said police and the army provide security services and they should be in contact with the consumers of their services. President Museveni further pointed out corruption as another bottleneck and wondered how the security apparatus like the DSOs, ISOs and others just look on while the vice is rife in their areas.
So, if a service provider links with the public, who are the victim? Because the public are the victim of the corruption. They will tell you. So that's this was the third problem, not consulting with the Wananchi. There is strong suspicion that some of this, because like some of the people who were here yesterday, we are saying that this raiding is not really Karamojong. It is as if some of the soldiers are involved in in the raiding.
Adding that some of the delegates from Acholi whom he met on Monday disclosed that there was some connivance with the army.
I think the Karamojong are not an exceptional people in this country because the Firearm Act of 1970 does not allow any person to own the gun which has no license for it. I think this one should be done. Let the guns be removed away from the Karamojong because that is already an offense and they must accept it.
They have that mindset that they are following their water to this side. Some of them come and settle on this side looking for water. So we should address the water issue in Karamoja to support consumption of water and production. We do not want the Karamojong to come this side and antagonize the neighbors. So we need to provide sustainable water sources for the Karamojong.
I know this matter was raised in Parliament, and I know you are taking it up seriously. Let us change our language. Let it not be Karamojong raiders. Let it be cattle raiders. Because this thing has now been commercialized. We know there are people from across the world now who have now become part of cattle rustlers. So why do we target Karamojong when actually we want Karamojong to help us to deal with the matter? We don't want the Karamojong to feel we are targeting them because they are also victims. That cattle is also being raided. So that's one way that we could bring the Karamojong to be part and parcel of the solution to this problem.
Leaders present at the meeting included the Minister of Health, Dr. Ruth Acheng, the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Honorable Betty Among, the Government Chief Whip, Honorable Amson Noboa, as well as Mr. Sam Engola, among others. Also in attendance was the Prime Minister of Lango Culture Foundation, James Sabal, who led the cultural leaders, while the Bishop of West Lango Diocese, Bishop Julius Caesar Nina, led the delegation of religious leaders. Jacqueline Namuli, live at 8.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline Namuli. Now, every year on 17th of May, the world commemorates World Hypertension Day, which has been dedicated to high blood pressure screening and creating awareness about hypertension. Let's take a look at that. World Hypertension Day is globally celebrated every year on 17th May, and this year is celebrated under the theme, Measure Your Blood Pressure Accurately and Control It for a Longer Life, to raise awareness of the importance of measuring periodic blood pressure and knowing its normal levels. The CEO of Health Heart Foundation says the day is dedicated to screening and creating awareness of hypertension.
World Hypertension Day all around the world. And this year the theme is about finding, it's really screen. We want to screen people to ensure that people know their status, their hypertensive status. Many people are suffering from high blood pressure and they do not know. So they end up with a stroke or they collapse just suddenly because they are moving with high blood pressure and they don't know.
According to Executive Director of Healthy Heart Foundation, Rita Namialo, many people don't mind about their blood pressure. Therefore, the camp has been organized to aware the public of the importance of measuring their blood pressure.
High blood pressure is commonly known as a silent killer because it doesn't have symptoms. The problem with high blood pressure, you can move with it everywhere when you don't have any problem, you don't have any pain, but your pressure is creeping up. Since morning, so far here, we've screened about 5. We've identified more than 5 people that we've had to refer for further investigations and treatment whose pressure is in the 190s, 200, and they did not know that they are actually hypertensive. Studies have shown that many people, that 1 out of 4 people in Uganda is hypertensive. Unfortunately, very few of them know their status. So the importance of this camp is really to raise awareness of high blood pressure and the importance of knowing and getting screened and being on treatment once you're identified to have pressure.
Some of the people who embraced the day appreciated Buganda Kingdom for organizing the screen.
And I'm sure we can, because why? You cannot afford to buy that medicine. So, chikukakata kukola ekituufu oba okitegere wakiri kinoono.
Nebaza kinjagala okusooka okwebaza
kamala byonna n'okubaza Ssaabasajja Kabaka wa Buganda okuteekerawo olusiisira ate n'okuteerawo ffe abavubuka ab'omulembe Omutebi obulamu obulungi mu bintu byonna. Nebaza n'abo bannamukaga abataddemu ensimbi, bataddemu obudde bwabwe okujja wano mu Byabulange ate okutukebera okutuwa obulamu obulungi. N'enkunga ab'engabi ensamba, ab'engabi ennyunga, mwenna gye muli era nga mwenyigira mu nteekateeka z'Obwakabaka zonna ze beetaddewo n'okuyingira mu bintu na bino eby'Obwakabaka bye babitaddewo nga Katikkiro Mayiga by'abaleese kyonna tusobola okukola nga tukyenyigiramu nga ffe abazzukulu b'ab'engabi.
Hypertension patients have been advised to shun things that divert them but rather adhere to medication.
So we encourage everyone. Prevention is the best thing to treat these non-communicable diseases, especially hypertension. And once you start medicine, please comply with the medicine. Adherence is very important, and it is very bad not to adhere with those medicines because the body has tested on the medicine, and when you abruptly withdraw from the medicine, it causes very bad side effects like the stroke, because once the blood vessels have been given some medicine, they try to control the pressure, then abruptly when you withdraw, someone will get a stroke, other bad side effects like the kidney injuries and the rest. So I advise everyone who has started on the medicine of pressure, please continue taking your medicine. Try to consult the doctor to give you the affordable medicine which you can afford. Please take your medicine every day. For prevention, mind about your diet and exercise.
World Hypertension Day is a day designated and initiated by the World Hypertension League, which is itself an umbrella of organizations of 85 national hypertension societies and leagues. The day was initiated to increase awareness of hypertension. ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8. On 16th of May, the South Sudanese community in Uganda commemorated 40 years since the formation of the South Sudanese People's Liberation Movement at their embassy in Nakasero. Let's take a look at that. The celebrations were held at the Embassy of South Sudan in Nakasero, Kampala, attracting dignitaries including the envoys from diplomatic missions of different countries across the world. SPLA is a public holiday in South Sudan, celebrated annually on 16th May to commemorate the formation of the Den Rebel Group in 1983.
Uganda way! East Africa way!
According to the representative of South Sudan Defense Forces, the war helped to achieve political independence to the country.
Despite the war had killed no less than 2.5 million people in the South, yet at the end they got their own political independence in 2011. I think it's a big achievement for the people and we must be proud. Myself, I've been a soldier, because the people of South Sudan now are sovereign nations. Of course, during the CPA in 2005, there was an interim period for 6 years. There was a government of national unity Khartoum, another government of Southern Sudan in Juba. And then people went for elections in 2010, where our president, the current president, was elected democratically as the president. And then in 2011, the people of South Sudan went to referendum. And after the referendum, immediately, on the 9th July 2011, they get their own political independence. So all up with them. And many of you might have attended the celebrations of Declaration of Independence of South Sudan.
The South Sudanese ambassador to Uganda appreciated the country for the support offered to their people, which has strengthened the relationship between the two countries.
And we are really very appreciative. Again, the government of Uganda, led by NRM, the Ugandan people, that have hosted South Sudanese all over the country. But my appeal to South Sudanese, you've been hosted well. I know you've also been good residents. On this occasion, I'm urging you, please protect the laws of Uganda, be law-abiding citizens, I was talking to some people, they say, yeah, you know, South Sudanese, if they bring you a report that they've stolen something, maybe that will be a lie. But sometimes when they say they've caused a trouble, probably there's some element of truth there. I want next time, they say, no, you don't cause trouble. So tell our young people to be law-abiding residents as a way also to show our hosts that we are contented and we will operate within your laws. So that's my key message to the community leaders here.
He further cited that the relationship has greatly improved the trade between South Sudan and Uganda.
Now on broader economic and investment opportunities and integration within the East Africa community, I would like to tell Excellencies, the business people seated here, and South Sudanese diaspora, people who may be doing business in Uganda. South Sudan economy has improved post-2018 with the implementation of the peace agreement. The economy is improving, and therefore we are urging people to come back and invest. You know, South Sudan is a strategic trading partner, not only for Uganda, but for the whole of East Africa community. For example, you go to South Sudan now, we have Ugandan traders all over the country. Some licensed, some unlicensed, but we don't close the shops because we know these are our brothers and sisters.
SPLM is a political movement wing of the South Sudan People's Liberation Army, an initial rebel outfit in the Second Sudanese War guerrilla movement. SPLM later formed the National Army under the independent South Sudan. ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8. And in sports, Uganda's under-19 boys team secured a convincing 8-wicket against Sai Cricket Academy on Wednesday morning at the Mohanlal Desai Cricket Grounds in India. The 50-over match saw Uganda head to bowling first after Sai Cricket won the toss and elected to bat. Let's take a look at that.
Sai Cricket Academy's innings got off to a disappointing start as they were banded out for just 90 runs in 30 overs, and Priyash was the only batsman to offer some resistance, contributing 39 runs. Uganda's Joseph Baguma put on a remarkable bowling display, claiming 6 wickets for just 27 runs and received excellent support from Ali Bali Dawa, who picked up 3 wickets for 16 runs. Baguma was later named player of the match, making it 2 times in 2 games. He is claiming the title.
We are trying to base some basics because this India is the same place like Tanzania. The conditions are the same. Now we have to gain more experience from this set, so that I'm trying to borrow in the variations so that they can use them properly in the qualifiers.
Chasing a target of 91 runs, the Cranes showcased their batting ability and achieved the required total in just 12 overs with 8 wickets remaining.
Today's game was a better version of yesterday's. I think it was much better than what we expected from the boys, but we are asking them to put in more. Yeah, the skills we are putting up, we are trying to polish on bowling according to the lines and lengths, proper lengths and lengths. That's 1. 2, we are working in pairs in fielding, we are working in partnerships in batting. So basically that's what we are doing. Success would mean when the team has achieved the set up objectives from the coaching staff and as a team as large.
Gerard Olipa was the star of the second innings, smashing an unbeaten half-century of just 27 balls, including 8 boundaries. Omara Ronald also made a valuable contribution, scoring 23 runs for the baby cricket Cranes.
I'm very proud to score 50 on my debut for under-19 Uganda, and I feel fine. In India, it's very hot, and the wicket is kind of slow and holds the ball. I hope to get more skills and experience, take us to the World Cup.
The baby cricket Cranes tour to India continues to showcase the talent and potential of the young cricketers from Uganda as they keep their eyes locked on the qualifiers for the Under-19 World Cup. Ali Sharan Kiranda, live at 8.
Thank you for your company. That has been Live at 8. My name is ANSLEM OJARU. See you next time.